Good morning, everyone. I hope that you are feeling well this morning, despite the really bad weather here in Luleå. But let's dive into the brand marketing. As Nina said, we have been doing brand marketing within this project for, you know that I sometimes call myself a silverback gorilla because I have been in this project for like 11 years now. And I think that we have been doing brand marketing for 11 years as well. But I think that we are actually now taking sort of the next step into the brand marketing future together with our new partner. And we did a bidding process just before Christmas. It was pretty tough, I would say, with a lot of good suggestions. And we chose to continue to work with OMI, who is a Swedish company, but you have offices in both Norway and Finland, actually. So, yes. Andreas, tell us about OMI. Who are you guys?
Hello. So OMI started about 13 years ago, and I've been with OMI for 11, so almost the entire time.
You're a gorilla as well.
Yes. And when we started, we merged two companies, basically. One that focused more on printing and editorial content, and one that focused more on digital. And today we are about 80 employees, and we belong to a agency group called People that has around 350 employees in total and around 10 different agencies. Spanning from communication that we do all the way to like normal advertising and PR. Yeah.
And also AI, I think.
Yes, we recently started an AI agency called Sparkle.
Yeah, so perhaps you can help us even with those kind of activities
Hopefully,
later on.
Yes.
Yeah. We are now, we have just sort of, you could say, started up this work with the brand marketing within this project. And as you know, the focus will be fall. And I think that will also be shown in the brand marketing that we are doing together. But we have started from a little bit different angle, because in the previous project we did a lot of good work around the brand marketing, and we put together some sort of almost a brand book. But I think that now we are actually doing a brand book. And
yes.
Tell us about it. What does it contain? How can it help the companies that we have in the room?
Well, the goal with the new or updated brand book is that it should be usable for you guys, for people who want to incorporate the branding in their own marketing. So the brand book will contain not just logos and fonts, but also tips and tricks on how to use it, some good examples, and a more extensive, I would say, use case of the tonality and the messaging. So more easy to use for people who are not very used to using this sort of material. More whatever that word is. Pedagogist.
Yeah, and I think that we will see a lot of things around the you could say the two things that this project is focusing on, the cultural aspect of the tourism in Arctic Europe, and also of course year round, and especially autumn things in nature. So I think that you will get a lot of help from it, and you are always free to use everything that we produce within this scope, and you have us during the project time as also a support in this. And I think that we will release it pretty soon, at least the first version, because I think that this is sort of also the popular saying, it's a living document.
Yes.
But
hopefully, yes.
Yeah. But we will release the first version pretty soon, and then I think that we will fill up with more and more along the way in this one. So that is something that we are doing, and that you will see pretty soon, much more of. And then we also have a website going on.
Yep.
And I don't know how many of you who remember that we in the last project did a website that is called thisisarctic.com, where we have a lot of material as well to use both for you guys, to use for the tour operators and travel trade network that we engage with, but also as a landing page and place for the B2C marketing that we're doing. And I think that we will continue to work with that one, isn't it so?
Yes. Firstly, we will update the website to correspond more to the new or updated version of the brand book. So any new graphic material or any new messaging will be incorporated. And then we will continue updating it with new content, anything that has to do with any campaign or creating landing pages for the campaigns in the future. And hopefully also updating the toolbox for the brand book on the website, so you can easily access assets like images and logos and fonts and such.
Yeah, and hopefully I think that could also serve as a place for you guys if you want to be a part of this and contribute to what we're doing with, for example, film materials or pictures or whatever, because we need a lot of material in order to do this. And as you know, it's hard to produce autumn pictures in January, for example. We need the autumn in order to do that, and we don't have that many autumns left in the project. So anything that I'm pretty sure that we will come to you guys in the near future and ask if you want to be a part of this with material, because I think that it might be so that we need a lot of more pictures than what we already have. And I remember the last time when we did a photo shooting, it actually came snow already in September. And I think that might be the beauty of the Arctic autumn, that you never know what kind of weather you will have. So, but I think that more information around that one will come out as well. But I think that the most biggest thing that we are doing right now, and we will actually meet in Narvik in a couple of weeks, and there we will work with like the big campaign idea. So then we will get to be really creative.
Yes.
Can you give me some, because I don't even know what you have in what you have in mind for us.
The focus is obviously autumn, and for us, when we think about, since at least the majority of our project group is from around here. We have one guy from Stockholm, and
he's adjusting. He has bought some new winter boots.
Yeah, he got some boots. Yeah. He got a warm jacket.
Yeah.
But he was very scared of northern Finland.
We went to Inari. That was his first encounter with the Arctic.
Yes. I think he thrives on Södermalm, but he can adjust to the Arctic. We are all very aware of the challenges of the Arctic and everything that we need to do, and I think we will focus the campaign on maybe bringing the Arctic to the market. I think that's our overarching goal. So bringing it to them, so they will feel more inclined to come visit. I think it's the overarching subject.
Yeah. Yeah, and that we can actually, I think that both you and I forgot to mention it, that you are PTO based, right? You have an office in Luleå and you have an office in PTO.
Yes, and Skellefteå.
Yes. But Skellefteå is,
okay, so very south, yes.
Yeah. So I think that is also something that has been important to us when we choose a brand marketing agency, because it's important to have one who knows the special conditions that we have here, because it's not the same as it is in other parts of the world. You need to understand like the distances, how far it is to Inari. Very.
Yes.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
But I think that is also something that has been really important for us when we chose you as a partner, that you actually have the experience of the area. Yeah. And I just recently saw that you also have started something new within your company that also sort of touches upon what we're doing here, because you have started to work with food. And as you know, that food is a really big and important part of culture. Everything that you do sort of you know, we have good memories. They really often tend to involve food, for example. And we get to learn a place by tasting the food. And every place has their own local recipe or bread or whatever that makes them unique. So I think that food is a really big part of our culture. And you have just started something around the food. Perhaps we can also bring that new ingredients into this.
Hopefully. We have worked with obviously with food and drinks for a long time. I think most agencies tend to touch on the subject, at least, because inevitably you will work with food or drinks in some capacity. But me personally, I've been working with most of the, at least in the northern parts of Sweden, most of our food and drink clients, like local breweries in Piteå and distilleries and restaurants. And hopefully we will. I mean, maybe this is not what you want to hear, but we will focus a lot on Stockholm.
No,
because we haven't touched that market. We have been so focused up here, but I think we have exhausted most of the restaurants and up here. So, but we are.
Yeah, but now you have 2 new countries. You have Finland and Norway as well.
Yes. And I think after we go to Narvik, I will find some new places. Hopefully.
Yeah, I think that you will too, because Narvik has an excellent food scene, actually.
Yeah.
I still dream of. I had one dessert in Narvik once. I think it was in a VAE project. It was a lunch, and they had done something amazing with this brunost and strawberry. No, it was raspberries. I still dream of that one sometimes. And I think that was actually like 5 years ago or something. So I mean, food is a really strong component when you have in the memories and in our culture. So I think that perhaps we will see something around the food in this project as well.
I hope so. Our focus will be mostly on the entrepreneur in the food scene. So we're not. I mean, we have on a larger scale within our agency group, we can work with bigger clients like Carlsberg or Chiquita or whatever. But for our food and beverage team, we are focusing on the startup restaurants or the consumer products. And I think there's a lot of interesting projects going on in northern Sweden, at least, to help people who want to get into that, especially on the consumer side.
Yeah.
That we have been talking about with some people from Norrbotten.
Yeah, but I think that was pretty much all for now. I think that we will have a lot of reasons to get back to you guys on this subject after we have met in Narvik in mid-February. I think we will be there for almost a week. So I think that we will come up with a lot of really good brand marketing ideas. And we are also happy to get feedback and information from you guys, not just pictures or whatever that we could need help of, but also like how can you guys engage. So please reach out to us if there is anything that you want to contribute with. We are more than happy and open to hear about your ideas and how we can sort of do this together in order to be an even better and stronger Arctic brand for the whole world, actually, to come and visit us in the future.
Thank you, Johanna and Andreas, and I really agree with you that we want to bring out the message to the whole world. Yes, we do have target markets chosen, but in the final end, let those people know who can be interested of our area. And just like we heard here now a moment ago, it's not just about how we communicate about the project, but it's even more about how you and us and everybody else together can communicate about the Arctic Europe and especially the autumn season here. What is so special about it? But thank you very much. I think we're all eagerly waiting for the next steps.
I forgot to. Are there any questions? No. Everything is completely clear for us as well. I can assure you.
Good. Thank you.